Hello, everybody, and welcome to Boundary Line Podcast. My name is Dillon, and I've got Sheldon with me. And we witnessed a epic test match today between India and England. And India completely outplaying England in all three departments. And fair to say, the better team won. So we'll jump straight into it. Sheldon, your thoughts on today's match? All finished in day 4.
Yeah, it could have easily finished on day 3 as well. I think, for me personally, I think the test was over on day 1. That Rohit Sharma knock was just masterful. In those conditions, I think 160 is worth a triple ton for me. That was just a masterful thing. I know Ashwin got man of the match, but for me, Rohit should have got man of the match because scoring 160 on that pitch, that was just insane.
Exactly. I thought that was a brilliant innings from Rohit. He just came in, to open the innings on that kind of a pitch. We know how difficult it was, and I thought he laid the foundation for India really well, and which made things easier for India there on. The way he played just proved everybody wrong. He did have a string of low scores in Australia and even in the first test we've seen, but in this test, he really played well. Sheldon, my next question to you would be Axar Patel. What a dream start for him, eh?
Yeah, crazy. I mean, he couldn't have pictured it better, right? The debut. I mean, 5 wickets in the second innings. He bowled really well in the first innings as well, I thought. And he just showed the main difference between last game and this game. I mean, Washington Sundar and Nadeem bowled a bit loose, but Axar Patel, it was ball after ball after ball on the money. It was just such a difference maker to have him in the team.
Yeah, you could just sense that every ball, something was going to happen, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, what a debut for Axar Patel. But Dil, for you, I want to ask you, 5 wickets and 100 on his home ground. Who better, right? What a match for Ashwin.
Absolutely agree, Sheldon. It doesn't get better than that. You're playing on your home ground. You take wickets, but on that kind of a wicket to come out and score 100, I thought was really good by Ashwin. And the fact that Kohli, could have declared any time after he got out as well, because I thought the score was more than enough going into the next day. I'm really happy for Ashwin because I feel he's a bit underrated as an all-rounder. The fact that he took 8 wickets in the match and 100 doesn't get any better. It just shows that he's one of India's greats, I would say.
Yeah, and he also did so well in Australia. I felt Ashwin, like he's just continuing on a great run from the start of this year. I felt even in Australia, on flat pitches, he showed he can bowl anywhere. Right? He's just been so consistent.
Yeah, exactly. So much for a guy. At the start of the Australia series, I think before they could name the squad, everyone was like, I don't know Ashwin how he's going to play, because previously he had a very bad experience in Australia. Just show that from Australia, the way he played, and he just continued that form into this series as well. Hopefully he does well. Going into the next 2 games is going to be really important for India. Shall, my next question to you is England. I thought they didn't apply themselves as much as people expected them to, coming after a big win in the first test. I thought only Ben Foakes and Moeen Ali today in this innings, I thought played well.
Yeah, I feel none of them applied themselves really. And the only guy who looked like he wanted to apply himself was Ben Foakes, and that was his first match in like ages.
Exactly.
It's just crazy, yeah. He just ran out of partners in that first innings. I thought Foakes' keeping also was excellent for someone playing in India for the first time. Ben Foakes is such a plus to the team, and I think he could have a really good series going forward as well. But yeah, he definitely needs other guys to help him out with the runs. And Moeen Ali, though, he's only playing this one game and he's going, and he looks so good today with that innings. He played an IPL knock today.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy for Moeen Ali the way he played. I thought he looked really good also when he was playing those big knocks, and Ben Foakes, like you said, his keeping has been absolutely brilliant, right from ball 1. Probably, I think England should go with Ben Foakes as their main wicket keeper. Sheldon?
For sure. I think an advantage also for them would be Johnny Bairstow, who was named in the squad for the 3rd test match as well. So he'd probably come in starting from the next test match, probably to bat at 3. So that will give some support to the batting order, which looked a bit weak today against spin.
Probably makes sense to get someone like Bairstow come in to strengthen that order so that he can give Root and Stokes a bit of some help. Moving on, Sheldon, where does that leave the World Test Championship now? Since after this big win, now India have finally jumped up, I think.
I think the happiest side after 2 games is Australia. I mean, they look at this, they'll say it's 1-1, it's perfect. If the same thing happens in the next 2 test matches, we're going through to the final without playing.
So much for saying no to the matches against South Africa, right?
Yeah, I know, crazy. I mean, it's quite odd though that a team would go through without playing a series.
I mean, it's either going to be India or England, I'm guessing, who are going to go through to play the World Test Championship with New Zealand. Another question which I want to ask you was, you felt a different India, in this Test match. I felt that India just came out all guns blazing, against England in this Test. Something which we didn't see last Test.
They were certainly not quiet on the field this time, right? Everyone was up, and that's the beauty of it. They had the fans behind them, and this is exactly what India I expected from them in the first Test match. Go hard at England, but not over the mark, which the Australians went in the series. It's all friendly stuff. You can still see it's laughing and joking, but it's good hard cricket, and that's what you'd expect here in India. They just set the tone in the field. You could hear Pan, Kohli. They didn't let anyone settle in. Poor Dan Lawrence didn't know where his back was at one stage.
Dan Lawrence, you could see it on his face. He was red. The heat on one side. I think it was Rishabh Pant or someone behind his stump saying that he's still on zero. No problem. Still still has to open his account. Oh, that's brutal. But anyhow, I thought India played really well. That's the kind of game they're always known to play for. Like Sheldon, there were a lot of talks that the pitch is not good, whether it was actually a good pitch, because I think 15 wickets fell on day 2. How often do you get to see 15 wickets falling on day 2? So that was another big issue which people were raising. But then again, you got people saying that, hey, a guy scored 160 and then you had another guy coming on and score 100 odd runs. So you can't really say anything much about that, can you?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, they are playing in India. They should have some home advantage. It's not like they'd go to England or Australia and they'd make pitches for India, right? They're supposed to have some home advantage, and Indian players are better at playing spin, so they made a spinning track. They outplayed England on a spinning track. If England won the toss and batted, and they batted better, it would have been a more competitive game.
So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please share your thoughts on this video. And also don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel as well. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. The handle's right down there in the description. Until then, we'll be back with more videos and more reviews of some epic games. So take care, and we shall see you soon.